It's been a really moving protest to watch. It's been children, it's been their parents, it's been the grandparents, it's been the pets have been along here as well. It's had a very, very clear message. Greenland is not for sale. There's been traditional Inuit music, there's been speeches by the Prime Minister, speeches by other different parliamentarians here, a real solidarity, a feeling at times where the message has been to the crowd, we're not for sale to the United States. And also, we don't want to be part of Denmark either. And that really gets to the independence nature of this protest as well. But it's very clear the focus is on the United States, President Trump. They're rejecting his claims for the land. I've talked to a lot of people here. Some of them are really scared. Every night they worry that the next morning they could wake up, that US forces could be here, particularly the younger generation fear that. Older generation here also equally concerned about their future, about the economic stability, about how they make a livelihood. The hope of the protest was to be heard in Washington, D.C.
So what do you think about that?
I think that that Greenland is a sovereign nation or country. So they are currently under the protection of Denmark, and so I think that they have the right to align themselves with who they want to, but that comes at a cost. Say, for instance, they decide they want to align themselves with Russia. That comes at a cost, you know, and they got to be willing to pay that cost, such as Cuba. In 1961, Russia wanted to put missiles on the island of Cuba. They Fidel Castro aligned himself with Russia, became a part of the Russian the Warsaw Pact, and so here we are. We had to make a decision. It was like, hey, wait a minute, we're not going to stand and allow Russia to put missiles within 90 miles of our continent.
Do you believe, so you said that Greenland is a sovereign country, so you don't believe that the United States, Donald Trump, should attempt to purchase Greenland?
We can attempt to purchase England. They have a right to refuse. They have a right to say no. You can attempt to purchase any country you want to.
Do you
but
think
they have the
he
right to
should?
self-determination.
Okay, so do you think he should have the right to, for national security in the United States, acquire or use military force to take Greenland?
I don't think, and again, there has not been a threat of military incursion upon Greenland. He has not threatened military incursion upon that sovereign soil. He has not said he wouldn't, but he has not said he would. I don't believe that, again, we're just talking about my belief. I don't believe that he would use military force, and that's why he's pursuing economic reasons or to buy Greenland, to buy that country.
Well, he's saying that the reason for wanting to buy Greenland, it's for our national security. So
correct,
and
like, not just ours, but all of Western Hemisphere.
So for me, what I hear when I hear that, when he adds the national security, it's more like, hey, I'm doing you a favor to offer to pay for Greenland, but that's just a favor. We need it for national security. Not we want it for national security. He said we need it for national
Correct.
security. So it's either you take the money or we just take the land.
um, yeah, it does. That does sound to any reasonable person like that's what he's saying. I think it's a pressure. It's a pressure strategy. Um, you know, you have to wonder. Honestly, you have to wonder. The people of Greenland, they were invaded by the Danes. They were invaded by the Danes, and the Danes came in and set up, local governments and all that stuff there, and eventually turned it back over to the, what do they call it, Inuits, the indigenous people, but or to the Greenlanders, you know,
Greenlanders.
yeah. But what we're saying is, okay, understand where you guys are, understand the the climate, the world's climate now, the geopolitical climate. Understand that right now, uh, Greenlanders, and you are in a very strategic position between the East and the West. You need to understand that you're in the Arctic, and you're in a strategic position. Okay. Um, we want you as an ally. You are an ally, and we want you to remain as an ally. And we're not going to take away their sovereignty by becoming a part of the United States. They'll still have their sovereignty as a people, um, but their form of government will be akin to ours, a
What
democracy, a
what
republic.
is what currency do they use?
Probably the Danish currency. I couldn't tell you what that is.
Let me look that up.
They don't have their own currency. They don't have their own currency, for as I can recall.
Does Greenland use?
I think they deal use the
They will actually,
or the
if
American
they
dollar, the
if
U.S. dollar.
if the United States bought Greenland and they came under the dollar, yeah, they would be super poor. Because one Danish
Well, I mean, they
krone
right now they receive over
equals,
$160 million a year, 160 million or more in subsidies from the Danes, from Denmark. That's what they receive right now, which is 2/3. I think they say about 2/3 of their economy is driven by subsidies from Denmark.
that means the United States would have to subsidize them even more. I like
Correct.
if they like if the United States bought them, they use the Danish krone. The Danish
Hmm.
one Danish krone equals 16 cents. They will be super poor.
Well, I mean,
That
they're super poor
that-
anyway. You got to understand, in Greenland, they still survive primarily off of hunting and fishing. They don't have a long enough season to grow anything there in Greenland. These guys went there to Greenland because they thought it was a green land, a
yeah.
place of plenty, and found out how inhospitable it was. Do I agree with us invading Greenland? using military force. I don't. I don't think we have to do that. I don't believe we have to do that. Do I have a problem with us attempting to buy it? Absolutely not. If they're willing, then by all means, let's buy it. You know, um, because it is strategic.
Just look at how the United States became the United States. Purchased Louisiana, purchased
From the French.
California, purchased Florida.
Well, ran out the Seminoles out of Florida, and purchased it, and then ran some deals with the Spanish for Florida. Ran the Indians out of California, and out of California, out of Oregon, out of Utah.
But actually actually the Mexican American War, right? That's how we acquired California, right?
So yeah, that was part of it, yeah. And then Texas, of course, we acquired that through war.
Yeah. So to what it sounds like, we can either do this the easy way or Greenland, we could do this the hard way. You decide.
Yep.
Anyway, all right, y'all. Anyway,
those are our opinions.
Yeah, these are our opinions. This is just how I see it at this moment in time. Purchasing Greenland is just who better to purchase Greenland than a real estate mogul president, right?
Who better to raise the standard of living for the people in Greenland